Thank you for joining me here at ADHD Hobbies and what looks like to be episode 2 of my mega base building series. In this video, I'm going to show you materials. We're going to do a few things. I'm going to build some buildings. We're going to put them through a few tests, and then we're going to destroy it for science.
Help me!
The results blew me away, and I'm pretty sure they will you too. For this Symphony of Destruction, I established 3 rules that all these builds had to follow. The first one is the 3x3 grid with the 9 tile floor. The second is the roast spit and the lean-to. Wasn't looking for anything fancy, just something to put inside it. And third, all builds have to be the same, just with different materials. Now on to the fun stuff. Grass huts first up. I built this one because this is where a lot of players start. It doesn't take any equipment or anything, just go smack some grass planks down, build some walls and a floor, and you're good to go. This is the only building you'll notice that doesn't have the stem floors or a roof, because I felt it was important to demonstrate the earliest possible building you could make. Destroying the base, that's an easy one, the Black Widow hands down. And I definitely don't want to be here when she gets here. The Widow's been here for a second and gotten a few attacks in. This is going to take forever, we gotta fix it. That is so much better. I almost feel sorry for the little house. The grass building items that you get are the easiest to unlock. All you have to do is take a grass plank to any field station and scan it. Alright, it looks like they're done. Let's jump on down and see what they did. Alright, after looking at it real quick, looks like they took out probably 9 pieces, which isn't too bad. I expected a lot more damage. Moving on to the next one, it's a stem hut. You'll see I added the stem floor and the clover roof. We also have the items on the inside with the door. Got some windows on there as well. You go, boy. I also made sure to stock the waft emitter back up. There's our wolf spiders and black widows. Let them do their job. These buildings aren't too hard to build. You can do it with about 4 basic items, I think it is. The hardest of which being crude rope. You're going to need to find plant fiber. That way you can scan it at a field station. Other than that, it's just stem, sap, and clovers. And these are found everywhere. Early game, if you're exploring, you have to go to the oak tree. And you're going to come across all this stuff on your way to the oak tree. So you can have a base like this with a roof and a real floor pretty early on, without having to advance in the game. Alright, looks like they're all done. Let's jump down and see what kind of damage they did. Again, I don't think as much as I expected. How much we got here? A few pieces across there. It looks like 4 floor, 2 ceiling, the 2 items, 5 walls, so that's 13. It did more damage to this than it did to the grass wall, which I really didn't see coming. So far I'd say they're pretty close to each other in defense and durability. Third on the list is a game favorite, the mushroom bricks. The mushroom bricks are unlocked later on in the game. I believe you have to do the haze lab. 3rd lab. I also have the pine cone roofs on this. So there's a few things here starting to get a little fancier. Still have the same furniture and everything inside it. Still have everything in the same waft emitter. Alright. And the same bugs. Let's let these guys get to work. To make the mushroom bricks, as I mentioned, you have to get a little bit further in the game. But it's easy to see why they're a favorite. You don't have to haul them around like you do stems or grass or anything like that. Instead, it's bricks that you can put in your inventory. But you will have to collect a lot of mushrooms. Highly recommend the toadstools. You get more out of them. After you get the toadstools, you have to grind them. And then after you grind them, you have to cook them in the oven. So it's the first material you get that has a process where you really have to get your system down to make it and to be able to produce it in large quantities. And this is where having multiple ovens or grinders can be very beneficial when you're trying to build a large base. It looks like they're done. Let's jump on down and see what they did. Hey there, fellas. Alright, not too bad. Looks like we still have a full roof. That's great. Some of the floor is still there. Alright, looks like 10 items total. 7 walls, 2 floors, an item. Okay. Not too bad. Not blown away, but not too bad. That is the best one we've had so far. Grass was second with 11 items, so it's not that big of a jump. And I was really expecting one since these take so long to get. The 4th and final one on the list takes pretty far into the game to unlock. It's the ash walls. You get these after completing the stump lab. I've also gone with the crow feathers. I kept the same interior stuff. And I opted out of the burr floors. I didn't think it'd change much. Got the WAF, double checking it, got all the spiders, and here they go. I recommend the ash walls only for the dedicated. They can take a lot of time and resources to make. If you don't have your farm rounds tight, these can be a nightmare. If you don't have a production facility, these can be a nightmare. It takes so many things. First, you have to have charcoal, which you want to turn into charcoal ash. Then you want to farm some clay. Then you want to farm some rust. You put it on the oven, cook it, and you get your cement. This can be very time consuming because charcoal only respawns every 3 days, and you're only going to get about 30 charcoal per run. That means if you're looking to build a big charcoal base, it's a resource or material that you definitely want to get a handle on early, because it'll be overwhelming later and you will get burnt out trying to farm for it. Though the ash walls can be difficult to make, they can be worth it. They're also the only wall that has different designs that you're able to rotate around and get some pretty interesting textures and patterns out of. I really enjoy them. They're a hassle, but they're worth it. I absolutely recommend them if you can. Well, it looks like they've done their damage to this popsicle stand. Let's go see what they got. Did that little spiderling just pop out of the rock? Go away, little spiderling. Ain't nobody got time for you. I'm poisoned. Back what we're doing. Make sure there's nothing else. Okay, got 2 floors. Looks like 5 walls in both items. So we have 9 items. And I'm surprised I got that many. I expected the walls to be stronger than that. Don't know what I'm saying though. It did do the best out of all of them, as it should with the resources that it takes to make them. Well, that's all of them, trash. Let's review real quick what we got. We'll start with the grass. Only had 11 items broken. Expected a lot more. Kind of surprised. Next was stem with 13. That one caught me off guard. I expected it to do better in grass. Mushrooms at 10, starting to get into the next tier stuff, but that's still not very far from grass. And then ash coming in with the best at 9, which beats them all, but still not by a large margin. So what does this mean for your build? Actually, it's great news for your build. It means that at the end of the day, you can pick whatever materials you want, you can build your big mega base out of whatever you want, and it doesn't really matter. The grass is going to give you pretty close to the same protection as the ash. I know that's hard to believe. I ran this test through multiple times, destroyed multiple buildings, and the results were pretty much always the same. In the end, it looks like your base design is probably going to play a bigger role in the damage it takes during a raid than anything, and I'll be covering that in the next video, so make sure you check back. I'd like to thank everybody that stuck around to the very end. If you like what I do and you enjoy the content, if you haven't yet, please hit the like and subscribe. Let's go so far. I appreciate it so much. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Until the next video, you have a wonderful day.